Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Today, man, coming at you with some more NBA breakers. Today, I'll be talking about the new feud, I guess, between Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, the two teammates. If you guys didn't know, in the past, did have disagreements when Gobert went ahead and put his whole hands and did all that thing with the mic when he was making a COVID joke and ended up having COVID, being the first player in the NBA to have COVID, and then the league got shut down, suspended. We had to go to the bubble, all that. Somehow, some way, they ended up rekindling and fixing their friendship after it felt like there was no way to come back from it. They ended up fixing that. They ended up having a really good season last year. Ultimately losing to the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, and now they are playing pretty good this year, being one of the league's best teams, one of the West's best teams, having a really good record. And now you just see out of the blue Rudy Gobert come up with this quote, and we do see Donovan Mitchell not kind of react, but kind of see that Gobert is kind of throwing a shot at him. And yeah, all right, so this is where it all started. This tweet from at the NBA Central, and I quote from Rudy Gobert: "I watch some of these other teams like the Suns or Warriors. Those guys are a step ahead of us in terms of winning habits. Devin Booker is playing his ass off defensively. Guys like that, they buy in, and you can tell that they take pride in playing defense." Now we know this is a crazy shot directed right at Donovan Mitchell, the Jazz's best player. Donovan Mitchell is one of the league's top 15 best players, and he's just throwing a shot at his best player. Really, like Gobert, y'all literally just figured out your friendship after it felt like it was done, after you did what you did, got COVID, shut the league down. Y'all rekindled that relationship, and here you are throwing your teammate under the bus when y'all are having a good season. Like, this is actually crazy. I know y'all lost last year, but yeah, like Gobert, it was mostly because of you. It was mostly because of your fault. You were getting literally killed by Terrence Mann. Respectfully, he was literally putting a highlight tape on you. Like, it was really, most of it was honestly your fault for losing that series against the Clippers. You just couldn't defend anybody. You're a multiple time DPOY, and you were getting cooked by Terrence Mann. Like, yeah, gotta stop. And this is why, not like we hate Gobert, because he's a good player. We can't admit that he's a good player. It's just what he does off the court. Obviously with that COVID stuff, and then what he did today with this quote. Like, y'all are having a good season, and here you are throwing Donovan Mitchell under the bus. Like, what do you get out of that? Really, what do you get out of that? Okay. And then this is where Donovan Mitchell ended up seeing it. As you can see, Donovan Mitchell likes on Twitter. He likes this subtweet right here about him by Rudy Gobert, okay? Yeah, he likes this tweet right here. So Donovan Mitchell ends up seeing it, and yeah. This is just so awkward. Like, imagine being in the locker room the day after the day of, and you just see this quote. You ended up liking the tweet. Then you have a game that day, the next day. Like, holy, like, I don't know what this turmoil that Rudy Gobert wanted to cause to the Jazz. Like, y'all are having a good season. Like, I know Gobert's out right now. I think he's out in protocols. Like, you're just not even playing, and you're still being a burden to your team. Like, holy troll. I don't get why he would just add this toxicity to the Jazz. Like, y'all are having a good season, one of the league's best teams. Okay, maybe Mitchell isn't a good defender, but he does everything else right. He does literally everything else right. He's your best scorer. He's honestly your best playmaker, better than your point guard at playmaking, Mike Conley. Like, he literally does it all for y'all. Okay, maybe he might not be a good defender, okay? Not everybody's a good defender. I mean, he can always become a good defender, become a above average defender. Like, you can always become a good defender. You gotta put the work in, you feel me? Like, he literally does everything else but be an elite defender. And that's why you're there. You're there to be a good defender. You have guys like RoyceONeale to be good defenders. They don't have to make their star player a good defender. I mean, like I said, he can be a good defender in a couple years, maybe even down the line, but right now he's focused on just polishing his offensive game. He's doing a really good job of doing that right now currently. So don't know why Gobert's just throwing shots and shade at their team's best player. Like, you literally won't go up there and request a trade, and literally he's gonna be a team with Rudy Gobert and whatever they else get from Donovan Mitchell trade. So yeah, don't know what's good with him, but has to stop. Yeah, Rudy Gobert, man. This is why people, we don't really hate you, or not hate is strong, but we really dislike you because we do off the court. Obviously, like I said, the COVID stuff and just throwing shots, direct shots at your teammates, especially your team's best player, the teammate that literally you had turmoil with, and y'all rekindled that. I don't know, somehow, some way y'all did that. I heard your relationship, like friendship, really just wasn't it at all after what happened. Like I said, then y'all ended up hashing it out, and here you are throwing him under the bus and throwing your team under the bus when you're all having a good season, when he's having a good season, when you're having a good season. Like, I don't get what the purpose of doing this is. I guess he's giving credit to Devin Booker, the Suns, and the Warriors. I mean, they are better teams than them, but you don't have to give props to other teams while putting y'all team down and y'all teammate and y'all best teammate Donovan Mitchell out. I really don't understand what purpose of the quote was, but definitely not a good quote, and that just caused even more turmoil between not only Rudy Gobert but also Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so Rudy Gobert, this is why we dislike you, man. Simple as that, okay? But other than that, yo, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, so follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, and your boy John, and let me know, you guys feel like with this added turmoil, will the Jazz go ahead and trade Donovan Mitchell? Okay, I just feel like Utah is just not for Mitchell, man. He needs to be on an actual big market team. I heard a quote today. I think he's interested. His first option, if he got traded to, I believe, was my Miami Heat, #1, and #2, the New York Knicks. Obviously, two big market teams that literally would expand his brand, his everything. He would just be put on the league's notice. I mean, he already is, but he would just be put on that much notice. Miami, New York, then there's Utah. Like, yeah, you already know. He would just get so much publicity, and his game probably will grow. Everything would just be better if he just goes to big market team, because the Jazz simply don't deserve him, okay? But like I said in that video, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.